Hello and welcome. I know a lot of you know I'm a silly Bobilly, but for this video, I'm actually gonna have to be serious Boberious, so please bear with me. I'm sorry if you came here for part 2 of the Dark Souls. As recompense, I will have it playing while I go through something that we just have to talk about. I just want to go through the comments on my last video because I feel like a lot of people watching this haven't played Dark Souls, and I want to make some things really clear to you. So this first comment is from Generic253, big friend of the show. We're happy to have you always. And he says, I, for one, don't support the undead coming back. They're forcing themselves into the jobs of the living, causing unrest for job security. Now, this I'm so excited for. I'm trying not to spoil anything, but if you went ahead and looked at it, that's okay. I'll still go through and give you my interpretation of it when we get there. This series is actually taking me a little longer than I anticipated, so it's getting broken up into a little bit more parts because, again, there's just so much to the game of Dark Souls, and I want to share it all. And at the same time, the journey that we're going on together is just an absolute blast. Thank you so much for coming with me. I appreciate it. This next comment came from, well, we're not going to name these people, but they said, God, what is that thing? Is it a woman or a man? An absolute abomination. And at first I believed they were talking about my character in the game because we play as a hollow. And then I realized, oh, wait, nope, that's kind of rough to deal with. The reason I bring this up is because it's strange how I experience the world, because there are two lenses people see me as. They either invalidate my gender by saying that I'm a man, or they treat me as if my lack of following beauty standards is some kind of moral abomination. And at first, that really fucking hurt. I mean, I don't necessarily care what God thinks of me. I live each day in defiance of his will, regardless of whatever he wanted when he created the universe. So, oops, shouldn't have given me free will, bud. Maybe next time you make the universe, you'll think better. Anyway, to that commenter, though, I'm a person. Try and, not be just absolutely off-putting. That'd be great. Thank you. The next person, now this argument was kind of fun, but this guy says, regarding clickbait title, no, it wasn't. Your movement reared its ugly head in gaming in 2016, blah, blah, blah. Don't co-opt real art, blah, blah, blah. What the? Anyway, I don't think he played Dark Souls because if you're familiar with the conservative anti-trans movement, they are very against children receiving gender-affirming care. But the video game we were playing, Dark Souls, presented these ideas back when it first came out under the guise of a character that we haven't gotten to, so thanks a lot, bud. Now I have to spoil it. I didn't even want to argue Dark Souls is woke, by the way. It was just a really bad joke. Anyway, but Gwendolyn was raised as a woman, and I don't understand how anyone can look at Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight, the main ruler of the land, raising his son as a woman, but the game isn't woke. All right. Let me put my pants on my head real quick, bud. Anyway, so I asked him to calm down, and then he went on about Baldur's Gate 3 or something and kept talking about woke, which, I mean, come on. Everyone keeps talking about woke. Woke is the same thing as red pill. They both come from the Matrix, the same source media, and the fact that we're using it to describe, like, diversity is the most wild thing, because if you're against that, you're literally the machines from the Matrix. You see someone like Andrew Tate acting like he's under a Matrix attack, and it's like, no, dude, you're trafficking women. I'm sorry that, like, you thought that that was okay, but you're a low-key idiot. Thanks for playing. I mean, we live in the real world. It's not a video game, but that's something that a lot of gamers seem to forget. Then the guy says, you're right. Respect is earned, not to be claimed. He said he respected me as a person, but didn't respect my arguments. And I was like, okay, well, I don't respect you as a person or your arguments. So thanks for stopping by. The next comment. Now, I mean, if you're going to come in here with a repressed sexuality, that's all right. You don't have to tell me whether or not you'd have sex with me. If you would, leave it in the comments, please, and also like the video. You could also subscribe. I plan on making these videos weekly. But back to the commenter, asking what my choice of drink is. This isn't Tinder, all right, bud? This is YouTube. And so, anyway, this next person actually was a return viewer. This was the guy that went and talked about Baldur's Gate 3 before realizing he was watching a video about Dark Souls. And he came back and said, painting a woke face onto Miyazaki. Cheeky. And, yep, kind of like your first comment, it was clickbait. Thanks for the click. Typically, I don't plan on doing this, but the thing is, I had meant the entire first video as a joke, and I feel like if you play Dark Souls and you kind of look at it through the lens of wokeism, what's wild is these people coming in and saying it's not woke have only made me, like, strongly believe that Miyazaki actually was pretty woke when he wrote it. Because, again, I mentioned Gwendolyn. I'm sorry for spoiling his story. I know a lot of you that was... But the Bells of Awakening, that's the part where woke comes from. And interestingly enough, it's analogous to taking the red pill in the Matrix and realizing that the world is controlled by machines and that those machines oppress humans in a way that most people don't see because most people are living in the Matrix. That's why it's so wild to me that they believe that being red-pilled is to understand that white men are under oppression, when the reality is they're the ones who have a system that favors them, and the second world is the rest of us who face oppression in any number of ways on the basis of race, gender, our affiliation to our national origin. There are so many things that even cultural xenophobia is running rampant in the media right now. And it's wild to me that we allow this to just occur without calling it what it is. Fucking stupid. Anyway, there might be a little bit more of the Dark Souls video left, but I finished talking, so I'm probably just gonna go ahead and full screen that. If you guys think I'm ugly, thanks for leaving that in the comments, but is that how you treat people? Anyway. Have a good one. I'll have another video actually tomorrow that'll hopefully be a little more lighthearted. I know a lot of the people in the comments are saying you're mad, but honestly, I face comments like that not just on YouTube, and facing it from YouTube only makes me more thankful for those of you that are here right now and are here to support me. I know that I sort of bait the hook for that kind of audience. And honestly, I have a blast with it. I'm still working on some personal issues that I have to overcome. And yeah, I'll keep growing, but I hope those people one day realize that you don't have to see the world through such a narrow lens. Anyway. Have a good one. Thank you for joining me. Bye.